Now in this we will see the snot configurations. In the snot configuration file we will edit and we will add some rules so that it can detect the intrusion or the packets whatever it is flowing from other client PC or any other PC, so that we can detect an intrusion detection. We can detect the intrusion. Okay, so for that we will make some changes in our snot.config file, as we can see in later part of the video. Okay, so for that we will go to C drive. In snot folder we will have an etc folder in which we have snot.conf file. Okay, by right clicking on the snot.conf file we will edit it by notepad++. Okay, after opening the configuration, you can see that its version is 2.9.8.0, and in this we can also see that it has an 9 set of configurations built in the configuration file. Okay, so for the first change we will be seeing in this is by editing the network address. Okay, so for this we will change the network address. So we are going has a it is an server. This machine, this VM is acting as a server. So we will give the IP address of this particular server VM, so that it will detect it will whatever the intrusion, whatever the traffic is going on through the network, it will be routed to this system, and we can observe uh, the snot traffic and the logs in this particular system. So this particular system IP address is we will check it by using ifconfig. So its IP address is 192.168.56.102. So we will replace here with that particular system IP address. Okay, you can keep the external external network IP address as any. Okay, and the next change in this is next change we will go down and we will change other configurations in this particular thing. So here we can see that there is an var rule path. Okay, of these three folders. So before in this before video we have seen there are some predefined rules in our snot folder. So you can see here has mentioned the rule path. Okay, these rules. Okay, pre-processor rules, so rules. Okay, these three rules. Okay, so we have to check the path of that particular folder. Okay, so we can see that the path of the preprocessor rule is c:/snot/ preprocessor. So we will copy this and we will paste it here before the preprocessor. Okay, we will replace it with this. Okay, same thing we will do with this particular thing. So it is in C folder, C snot/rules. Okay, so we have to mention the correct path of that particular rules, so it will detect while we are running the snot command. Okay, so I am going to give here capital snot slash. So we have changed these three things. We have given the correct path of that particular rules, which we can see here. The three rules are in this directory. Okay, C:/snot. Okay, we have changed that particular thing. So now we will go to the dynamic preprocessor rules, which will be listed below. We will check it and we will make the changes there. Okay, so you can see here that dynamic preprocessor directories. Okay, we have to change this particular path and give the correct path or correct path of it. Okay, in this dynamic preprocessor we have to, in this particular thing, we have to comment out the first line of the dynamic preprocessor, and we will add the other other directories, other lines which will be given allotted to you in the folder. Okay, we will see it in. Okay, I have already written some rules. So I have already written some rules. So I will show you that. We will copy paste. So these are the rules. Okay, these are the dynamic processor pre-processor rule which I have already written in the notepad. So I will copy these rules and I will paste in that configuration file. Okay, here I will paste it here. These are the DLL files which we have downloaded from which we have seen in the rules folder. So I will show you where it will be. Okay, in this C folder, snot, in rules, we have some rules here. So depending on this, we will add this particular add these lines. Okay, so this will be provided to you also, so you can directly copy paste it, or you can manually write the these things. Okay, so next we will change. Next, we will change the dynamic engine. We will see the correct path of the dynamic engine, and replace that with the correct path. So in our configuration snot folder, you can see the dynamic engine in dynamic engine path in so rules. Okay, so rules. No, in lib file. Okay, in lib file you will see the dynamic engine. Okay, snot underscore dynamic engine. In this we have sf underscore engine dot dll. So same thing, we have to copy from here, and we have to replace it with that particular with here. We have to replace it here. User local. So you have to change this particular thing, not the full path. We have to change only the file name. Okay. Here we in folders we can see that in snot underscore dynamic engine we have sf underscore engine dot dll. Okay. So we will replace that only sf underscore engine dot dll dot dll. Okay, and save it. You have to save it. Okay. Next we will change the SF engine. We have changed the SF engine. Now we will go down and we will check. Now we have to go to the IDS mode. Okay, we will see some IDS mode. Okay, here we can see the IDS mode. Here we have to comment out, means you have to keep the asterisk symbol before this all the these lines. Okay, because this is of no use for us now, so we are commenting out it, and we will save it. Okay, we will save the file. Now we will go to the rules path, where it will be down. It will be at the last of the configuration file. We have to change. We have to add a line of in the rules. Okay. So here we can see all the rules include includes the rule path. Okay. Here you can see. So we are going to add a, as we can see here, we have a blacklist dot rules. Okay, same like this only, we have to check if there is an whitelist dot rules present in it or not. Okay, here we can't see any whitelist dot rules, so we will add that particular thing. We will include dollar rule underscore path slash whitelist dot rules. Okay, so we will save this, and we have to check these particular things. in our conf. So as we can see here that we have already have a blacklist.rules file present. So now we have added a whitelist.rule. So before going further, we have to check whether the whitelist.rule for, rules are present in the snort rules folder or not. So here we can see we have a blacklist.rules. In C snort rules folder, we can see blacklist.rules file is present. Okay. See, similarly, we have to check whether the whitelist.rules uh, file is present or not. So if it is not present, so we have to create a new file. Okay, we will create a new file. In that we will write in that we will write white list white list whitelist rule here. We will write here whitelist rule whitelist here, and we will save it. Okay, we will save it in our snort folder. Okay, snort rules in we will save it in snort rules with name whi whitelist dot rules whitelist dot rules. Okay, we have to save that particular thing in our snort folder, snort rules folder. Okay, we will save it. Similarly, we will add one more rule, that is for demo purpose. We are going to write a demo rule. Okay, same way we will give the path, and we will create a new file of the demo rule. Okay, I am going to give here demo.rules. Okay, we will save this configuration file, and then we will create a new file of demo.rules. Okay, in this we can write anything which we want to, means we can give some alert type of rules, so that we have to suppose we want to detect the ping alert. So we will write a rule of that. We will see it further. Okay, here we will give it as demo rules. Okay, and we will save it. Okay, you have to save it in our snort rules folder with the name demo.rules. Okay, we will see the rules later. We will write the rules in later part. Okay, after the configuration fully configuration has been done in the configuration file. Okay, next step is we have to check it with the syslog file, syslog line. Okay, we will. Okay, you can see here we have an syslog line. Okay, we will add a line here, so that we are not at present we are not using the syslog syslog thing. So we will write a line, which we will include a line in this. Okay, whatever the output is there, it should be of syslog only. Okay, means whatever the output we are getting, it will be has an it will be given as a syslog traffic only. Okay, so we will write here syslog output alert fast alert underscore fast colon alert dot ids. Okay, whatever the alerts are been given, it will be given as an alert, syslog output. Okay, so now we will save the file. Okay, control S, or you can go to the file and save it. Okay, so this is the configuration changes we have to do. Okay, now we will write a demo rule. Okay, demo rule in it. We'll write a demo rule. Suppose I want any traffic TCP, means whatever the TCP traffic is generated by the client or any other machine, which is going to means track, or it is going to hit this particular server. So it will generate the traffic of all the events that is occurring, all the intrusions, all the events, whatever the events are getting generated to this particular server PC, it will be captured. So for that we will write a alert rule, alert of TCP protocol. Okay, so we will write a line, we will add a line in this particular demo rule file, that is alert TCP any, from any to any, from any host to this particular PC. Okay, so this particular PC or VM IP is 192.168.56.102. Okay, at any port. Okay, so and the message will be print. So if you want to write any message that it is a particular thing of TCP packets or something like that, so you have to write the message, you have to give this text in the message column. So I am going to write here testing TCP packets. Okay, okay. After this, you have to also mention the SID, means this particular rule has uh, one. We have to give this particular rule has rule with one ID, and if we write n number of rules, so we have to give different IDs to these particular rules. Okay, so I am giving here 10001. Okay, has an SID. So it is a different SID. Okay, and recursive of this. Okay, close the bracket. Okay, similarly we will write the alert for ping. If anyone is pinging continuously to your PC, so it will generate the ping packets of that particular PC. Okay, so I will write a ICMP rule of ping packet. Okay, so from any PC or any, means whatever the network, this particular network, whatever the packets are coming off that ping protocol, it will generate with any to any, with any IP, on any IP, and the port number of that particular ping. So ping defaultly use the port number 7, so I am giving here 7. Okay, and you can print the message of testing with testing ping packet. Okay. After that you have to give the SID 100002. Okay, close the bracket. Okay, now save this particular rule, save it. Okay, now we will check if the snort command is snort is correctly installed, all snort configuration is correctly done or not. We will check it by using the commands. Okay, so you have to open the CMD command prompt. Okay, in that command prompt, first you have to go to the folder. Okay, capital C snort folder, you have to go to the snort folder. Okay, snort slash bin. Okay, this is a path where snort is installed, so we will go here to execute our commands. So C colon slash capital S snort slash bin is the path. Okay, after that we can see that we have logged in into the snot bin folder. Okay. After that, to check that the snot interface is up or not, so we will give the command snot -w capital L. Okay. So here you can see the one physical interface is up, and the snot will communicate to this particular physical interface. If in your case, if no physical address, means no physical address is specified, or you haven't got any output of specific physical address, then the snot won't detect any intrusion or any packets whatever the it has been generating. So please always look that the interface is up and it is working. Okay. In this case, we are getting one interface physical address. Okay. Now we can go further. So now we will be checking, we will be giving this command to execute our snot to get the output of the snot, and whatever the rules we have written, whatever the alerts rules we have written in the demo.rules file, it will generate the traffic from if the client or any other PC is attacking, or any system is want to access your system, or anyone is uh, sending you a traffic. Okay. By using this command snot-c and the folder snot.config, it will go through that snot.conf file, and it will generate all that run the script, means run the configuration file, and it will give the output. And if you want to store the logs, whatever the logs are generated after the command is run and after the traffic is generated, you can give -i c /snot /logs. Okay. And the console is for getting the console output. Okay. If in case if any configuration mistake or anything has been unconfigured, then this command will throw you an error, and with the line number, so that you can go through that line and you can reconfigure the configuration file and save it and run the command again. Okay. So now I am going to run this command. As you can see, we have got the error in the c snot.conf file in line 244. Okay. Where it is saying that c:/not lib. Here we can see that we have got an error of snot, as it is an snot, in place of n it is an it is given as h. Okay. So we will check once again the snot configuration file. If anything is wrong, we will replace it, and we will modify it, and we will save it and run the command again. Okay. So here we can see that we have given the file snot with snot has sh. Okay. So we will replace it with snot, snort. Okay. Next we will check the other lines also, if any mistake is there. Okay. So you can see that there is a no underscore underscore given, so we will assign that. And here also we can see that there is a mistake. Instead of L it is an 1, so we will replace it. Okay. And also one more mistake is that we have given the wrong path of this particular dynamic engine. So we will check it, what is the exact path of dynamic engine. And as you can see, c snot lib snot dynamic engine is the correct path. So we will copy that path and we will replace it with this. Okay. We'll paste it. Okay. Now the path is been successfully done. Okay. We will save this thing. Okay. And we will save the file, and we will regenerate the command. Okay. Here one more error we have got, that open file alert.logs alert.ids. So we have written a added a line in syslog where it is throwing an error. So we will go to that line and check it. Here is that line. So in this we have to remove the syslog thing, and we have to give only output alert underscore fast. Okay, we will save the file again, and we will again run the command and see if any other error is coming. Okay, still it is throwing an error. Okay, we will check it again. Okay, this error is due to we have to specify another thing in our configuration file, that is after the we are giving the output alert.ids, we have to also mention this classification.config and reference.config path. Okay, so we will check where these files are located, and we will in snot file we will check where these files are located, and we will give that classification and error. Okay, okay, in the etc folder we can see classification and reference are present. So these path we have to assign it to it. Okay, okay, we will give it here, paste, paste. Okay, slash, and here class slash. Okay, and we will save it, and we will once run the command and check if any error is there. Okay, still the error persists. We will see, check again what is the issue. So the error was we have placed here semi this with a the problem was with the rule which we have written, where we have placed SID instead of colon. We have given this, so we will change it and keep it as semicolon and save it. And one more thing is, while running the command we have given hyphen capital I in before command we have given hyphen capital I. So instead of that we have to give hyphen L, small l. Okay, now we will check if any error comes or not. Okay, so it is installing the rule chain whatever is there, and it is loading all the files, whatever the rule files we have given. So now it is the snot is ready, fully ready, and whatever the packets are ping packets are coming, we can see here. So now I will go to the client machine and try to ping it, and also you have to observe that the client machine should be in same network. So we will check the IP of it. So it is in 56.103 in the same network. So now I will ping 192 server, snot server 168.56.102. Okay, now we can see here some packets are been coming. Okay, here it is failing request timeout, but here we can see someone is trying to ping our system. Okay, same thing, I will try to see the remote desktop of it, taking the remote desktop of this PC from client machine 192.168.56.102. So you can see here in server that 103 192.168.56.103 is trying to access 192.168 means the server 102 with 3389 port. This 3389 port is nothing but the remote RDP connection port, which is defaultly 3389. So similarly, will as there is no remote connection, it will say you. So now we will allow the remote desktop in server. So we will allow it. Okay. One more thing we have to check it is if the firewall is off or on. So if it is on, we will turn it off. Okay. Now we will freshly run the command again. So now we will go to the client machine and check if ping is working. So now the ping is working because we have allowed the uh, we have turned off the firewall. So by this we can also test the remote desktop connection from client machine. That is IP 192.168.56.102. So now it is asking for password. Here you can see it is trying to connect it. So we will give the username password. See, you can see the packets are coming. If we select yes, then the remote desktop will be available. So similarly, we will see to scan the PC of this particular server. Okay, Snort server. So once again, we will run the command freshly. Okay. In from client machine, we will install nmap in client machine as I already installed. So I will open it and try to scan. So target machine is 192.168.56.102. Okay, yeah, I will try to scan it. Okay, now here you can see the lot of packets generated as the scan is initiated, and also we can see in nmap that these ports are being used in this particular machine. So you can observe this. Like this only we can write some alerts in our configuration file, and we can see the traffic from within the network, or within the network whatever the traffic is generated. So if you want to generate means in this particular thing we have only given a single IP, not the overall network. Only single IP we have assigned, so it is getting only the packets of 102, means it is detecting only 102 system intrusion. Okay, same thing if you want the whole network, you can give 0/24 and you can run the command, and you can take the logs and traffic, whatever the traffic is generated through the snort. Okay, this is a basic thing by running the command, so that by this you can detect the what are the traffic flowing within the network. It is malicious traffic or something else, or it is a normally uh, local traffic generated, or it is a malicious traffic. That's all from the snort IDS. Thank you.